Chi-square test. To determine if there is any relationship between marital state and educational qualification, a random survey is conducted and results are tabulated below. Education here, middle school, high school, etc. And marital status, they are married. These are the values here. These are the totals on the column. These are totals of the rows. Now, what is to be done? State null and alternate hypothesis, calculate expected values, calculate degrees of freedom, chi-square test function of Excel to determine the p-value and use it to find out the chi-square value, etc. Now, what is the solution? We first need to state the null and alternate hypothesis. So let us say HO, the null H0 or HO. There is no relationship between marital status and education. Alternate is there is a relationship between marital status and education. These are the two things. Now, based on null status, if there is no relationship at all, and based on the number surveyed, we expect certain numbers, equal proportion to be in each column. So we need to find out from each of these cells, which are the observed values, what should be the expected values, assuming there is no relationship at all. This will come in decimals also, that is okay. But as long as this totals remain same here and totals remain same as what is available here, and because sometimes by rounding off should not become 39, should not become 40, so that it becomes 301. Now, how is it done? Example I shown here. The corresponding value for middle school never married, the column total into row total divided by the grand total. Right? Shown this here. 39 to be multiplied by 90 to be divided by 300. Just shown here. 39, C32, CC, C32 to be multiplied by H28, this is H28 divided by 300. So before dragging it down, first freeze this and have, because we are dragging from row to row, even if this dollar is not there, there's not a problem. But when it drag to the next, I do not want $32 to change. Now I'm dragging from here. Let us see what is in this one. This is again $32 because this remains constant. And H has to change to the corresponding 150. For example, is 19.5, 39 is what? 39 is nothing but equal to, not 39, 19.5. What is this 19.5? How did you get this 19.5? This is equal to 39 star 19.5 is corresponding to merit. So corresponding to that row total. And this remains same. 300 remains same. So 19.5. What will be the next one? Is equal to corresponding to, so 39 remains same. Star divorced. Divorce row total is this one divided by 300. And say that this is 300. So either you do it individually like this, or best is once you have done this, then we know that H, there is no dollar anywhere here. H28, there is no dollar. H32 has to be dollarized because we do not want this 300 to become 32 to become 33. And C also, we do not want it to change because now I'm dragging it down, remains 19. So instead of H28, that will be H29. I'm dragging it down further. This becomes H30. and drag one more further. So for this, maybe you can do once. What is this once? This is nothing but $32. $32 is here, multiplied by H28. H28 divided by 300. Now once I put a dollar sign here before 32, and this one, even if it is not, that doesn't make a difference. $32, that remains same. Now drag it down. Ready a copy from here to here also. Now this is $32 into H28 divided by $32. And then drag it down. Now this is again done also. So these are the expected values, and you see that this total has not changed. So we don't have to do any adjustment there. Now, if I have to do manually, you have to compare this 18 and 11.7, 12 and 19.5, 6 and 3.9, 3 and 3.9, and find the difference. So 18, 11.7, then 19.5, 12 and 19.5. It is here. 12 and 19.5. So if I'm going row wise, let us see 18 and 11.7. Next 36 minus 27. 21 minus 25.2. 9 minus 16.2. 9 minus 16.2. So that will be O and E, the values of here put in this one, and O minus E, then O minus E whole square, then O minus E whole square divided by E. That will give you 3.4, 3.0, etc. Sum of this is the chi-square value. But we can do it directly from the formula. The formula is, open the formula. It says actual range. The formula is HISQ dot TEST. Then it is, what is the actual range? Then I select only this March. That is actual range. What is the expected range? Expected range we have calculated. That is this much. Once you do that, I get expected range. Expected range is here. Making a mistake here, so let me put once again because I didn't put enter there. Actual range is this one. This is not the one. So put cursor here, then select actual range. Then remember to put the cursor here. The cursor remains there itself. And then you get 0.023 something. This is not the chi-square value. This is actually what is known as the p-value. P-value is the probability. Now, if I had to use the formula of chi inverse, then you need something known as degrees of freedom. Now, degrees of freedom is calculated. Now, how many columns are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns. And how many rows are there? 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. Columns 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Subtract 1 from there, so it becomes 4. Rows, there are 4 of them here. Subtract 1 from there, so 4 into 3 is the degrees of freedom. So put degrees of freedom here for your degrees of freedom is row minus 1 star, columns minus 1. It's 4 into 3 equal to 12. So that comes equal to 23.5669. And here also, when you calculate with all this longish method, you got 23.56. This is single decimal places. If I want to increase the decimal places, you'll find that 567. Yeah, 5669. So you want to increase another decimal places to calculate whether it is coming correctly or not. Yeah, 567. Now, critical chi-square value is obtained from this formula. And since we are talking about 95%, 5% significance, we get 0.05 here. Degrees of freedom is given 12. And then okay. Critical is 21. Chi-square calculated is 23. 23 is more than 21. Anything more than the critical, we say we reject the null hypothesis. That means there is indeed a relationship between marital status and if you want to find out chi-square value directly in the critical value directly from the table, then you have to use this table, take a printout of this table and keep it there for the degrees of freedom 12 and 0.05. You see that 21.026. What we got here also. So this is a typical 10-mark question for the examination. So you have to be careful only in this one. Thereafter, the formula does the rest of it.